Turning up like you always do. Head to toe covered in tattoos. Sooner or later you're gonna come loose. What the hell are you gonna do?
Wow. Yo, it's NotAHero, and I just finished watching Tate no Yuusha, and this is the first episode review. And just based on the general episode, it was a really good first episode. It was unusual because it didn't show the anime opening at the end of the episode like normal anime would show for their first episode. Something that I really liked about it was that you were immersed in this world, that you understood what they were going through. It didn't even feel like it was 45 minutes that went by. It felt like it was 15 minutes, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I enjoyed every minute of it. It was a great opening. It gave us a way of looking into Naofumi's struggle as a main character, and like what it's like the darker side of an isekai or another world story. Like oftentimes we see like Sal or SAO, Sword Art Online, or like other isekais like Ray Zero. Like most people really focus on those because it's like the main character comes to a different world, you get all the girls, you get all the equipment, you're the hero. But in this, like, this dude has had nothing but struggle since he's gotten there. Like, it's literally, he gets there, he is looked down upon by the king and the subjects because he's the shield hero, so they literally call this man the dud. Then he meets the other three guys. They find out that they're from different parallel universes of Japan, so that was another spin on it. Instead of all of them coming from the same era, there's like all of them are from different like versions of the same place. And then the other three have some experience in like VR MMOs or experience with other like isekai games, but he doesn't because he's only read in light novels, so he's never actually played one because I guess his future hasn't advanced to that part yet. But you have these motherfuckers come in and they're so vastly different in their personalities. You have the first guy, I can't remember his name, guy with the sword. This dude, he is like the fucking Sasuke type, Vegeta type. He thinks he's better than everybody else because he got the sword. Then you have the Joker type, which is dude with the lance, or spear. Then you have like the kid brother, like innocent type, the one with the bow. One thing I found fascinating about these group of guys is that how quickly they were to refuse to offer. Like, if it was anyone else that was brought to a situation like that, they were just like, oh, what? I have these powers. I'm in a different world. I get to save you guys? Fuck yeah, jump on this opportunity. These guys are like, simply, nope, I refuse. How much you gonna pay me? I mean, that was awesome. It was awesome. And then like they brought him to the king. The king pretty much played for them, and it was interesting. They were pretty much shading Naofumi the entire time. Like, dude, you're a shield hero. Like, whatever, dude. Whatever. Yeah, we don't even need your name. Like, whatever. You're just along with a ride for the rest of the four of those heroes. So it's like, nah, we really could have did with three. So then we learn that they have to go out and adventure together and level up because they came into this world at level 1, and then they realize that they need to form a party, but they can't form a party with themselves because their legendary weapons repel each other, which is kind of convenient. That way they can't just be the strongest party out there.
How convenient is that? Wow, how convenient is fucking that?
So they have an audience with the king, and he pretty much tells them that he's already gathered the best of the best adventurers in his kingdom, and they're sitting there in the castle. And tomorrow they get to decide which party they're going to be a part of because of the fact that they can't adventure together, so they need to find other people. So they're all hyped or whatever. And then eventually you get the party members that come out the next day, and then they all group in with the main ones that you would expect. Like, most of the people go with Sasuke, the girls go with the spear guy, and you have like a mixed group with the bow, but no one gets the shield guy, which I would have been like, fuck that, like I need somebody, which is kind of fucked up in this world because I like playing games like that, but I like to play the cleric, and I always play my little version of the bloody cleric, so I don't heal people. Like, I kill before I heal. So I like games where I do have a healing. Like, healing is an option for me. It's not my main focus. So if you ever play a game with me, don't expect me to heal you. Like, that's not happening. So the guy, he eventually gets a volunteer from the Lancers party, and she comes in. Her name is Mine, which instantly reminded me of a Common Got Killed, because I was like, oh, this chick's gonna die. But that actually didn't happen. Turns out this chick was a bitch. Complete bitch. Like, she pretended to be his friend, went and spent all his money, had a good ass meal, tried to get him drunk, and then set his ass up for the okie doke. Came back, he woke up, all his shit's missing. Like, all his shit's missing. And all his shit's missing. Fucking knights come to the bar, pick his ass up, say, hey, you gotta come to the kingdom. She gets to the kingdom, she's there like, oh my god, he touched me. Lying, bitch, lying. Like, oh my god, I remember how many people in that kingdom got fucked up by her, or how many heroes that have come in the past have gotten fucked up by her. Because then Naofumi thinks it's the Lancer guy and her together, but which I kind of copped that for a second, kind of felt like it was. But then as I looked into it, I was like, nah, maybe not, because I don't understand why they would persecute one of their own when you need all four of them to stop the impending apocalypse that's coming to this town. So it's stupid to like excommunicate one of your own when you need his power. Even though he is the shield hero, I mean, he's your defense. The rest of you guys are all offensive. And if you play any game, you need a well-balanced party. You can't just go with all attackers. You just can't go all range. You can't go all DPS. You can't go all healers. You can't go all defensive types. You need to have a balance. That's the entire point of these team cooperative, like MMOs and team cooperative games like this. So it's kind of weird that that's what they decided to do. But another interesting point was that this world is a matriarchy. Like, so all the women are in power. So the king is not really the king. He's the king when the queen is away, which is really cool because you really don't see that in Japan, the Japanese culture, because like most of them, no, they do favor the men a little bit. In a lot of anime, a lot of their culture, they favor the men. The men are to be respected a lot more than the women are. So it's refreshing for anime to be like that. What else happened in this? Oh, Naofumi's reaction to when the chick lied and said that he raped her. Because Naofumi apparently doesn't like to drink. So he didn't get drunk at all. He went to sleep early at night. She said that he came into her room, pinned her down after a couple of drinks. It was like, hey, give it to me. Like, she would, like, it was crazy. And then you see that she's lying. And then everyone else believed her. Like, didn't even question it. It was just like, we believe her. Turns out that even like sexual harassment of a woman is a punishable offense by execution in this world. So they decided they couldn't kill him because they need his power to end the apocalypse. So now Fuma takes it upon himself to just say, hey, send me home. Turns out they can't go home until either all the heroes die or all the waves are killed.
How convenient is that?
So now Fumi just leaves, and like he said he'll handle it his own way. So he leaves on his own, exiles himself, and then eventually goes out and starts trying to level up on his own. He spends all night killing a bunch of low-level monsters, and he spends all night only levels up once. So that's because of his offensive ability being so low, he only deals a minimum amount of damage, as opposed to someone, a high attacker, doing a lot of damage. But I thought it was pretty weird that he would still level up slower than the other ones. And I was thinking of different solutions that he would go to before, or just to figure his situation out. Like, I would think, are there no adventurer guilds in this world? Like, that would be my first thing if I was in this situation. I realized I need to be in a party to survive or to level up, and I can't because I can only do defensive things, and I deal really, really little damage. I would go to the adventurer guild, join the adventurer guild, like party with some other adventurers, and then boom, level up through like, what's the word, like parent-to-parent system. Like, you go and master and train me, like feed me pretty much, carry me the entire time, then feed me your experience. Then we can work something out. So like, we share experience, whatever you need to do. I'm gonna share experience, share loot, whatever we need to do, so that I can benefit and level up. Because you would think that more people will be more willing to help him, considering their lives depend on him ending the apocalypse with the rest of the other guys. So throughout his time in the kingdom, he runs into this creepy slave dealer who shows him his wares because no one else wants to work with him. So he goes and finds out that the dude's selling slaves, and if there's no adventurer guilds, this is the next best thing. Have somebody who is under binding curse so they can't lie or betray you, and they can work for you. So you get you an attacker type, boom, there you go, Mahime style. But as first episodes go, this was fantastic. I enjoyed it. I'm really invested in the story. I'm ready to see how Naofumi goes, because it's such a difference from normal isekai anime. It's not as like dark, as crazy as Re:Zero was, but it's also not like Gary Stu like Sword Art Online is. So I'm interested to see how it goes. But That was my first review on this episode. This episode 1. It's going to be a crazy ride. I can't wait to enjoy it. Hope you guys are going to be along for the ride. And I think that's it for today. Also, here's my new outro I just made. I like it. I hope you like it too. Anyway, but that's all. But always remember, I'm not a hero. You are. Bye.
When I was growing up, I had a lot of dreams. My mama told me, son, you could be anything, long as you spread your wings. I know one day you'll be great.